If you are learning English and your goal is to speak the language, are you reading English books too? Does reading feel like a detour when what you really want is speaking? Well, this is a copy of the first English book I ever read, and I want to tell you a bit about it. Hello, future English speakers. If we haven't met, I'm Swing, your English mama and your friend. The keywords of this video and the timestamps are in the description for your convenience. Now, when I was younger, about 40 years younger than today, some of my bilingual friends who had taught themselves English suggested that I read books in English to learn the language. Not textbooks, but real books written in English, like novels.
Me read?
I know I shouldn't be, but I'm the kind of person who gets attracted to pretty covers. So I bought a good looking paperback copy of The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. I think it was about 200 pages and not so thick. My mind was set. Well, partly because I really liked the cover. I was determined to read it through. I started reading it, checking every single word that I didn't understand in my dictionary. I think I read about 5 pages. Then I gave up. I decided very quickly that it was too hard for me, and my English just wasn't good enough at the time. I still liked the book, or the look of it, so I kept it on my bookshelf for a very long time. Years went by without reading any English books. I was still making progress with my English, but it was annoyingly slow. Then in 1989, I saw the film When Harry Met Sally. I watched it with Japanese subtitles. I loved it. I still do. It's still one of my top 10 favorite films to this day, partly because there's a bit of it that reminds me of when I met my husband. Anyway, a few years later, I was reading a magazine about English learning, and there was an article about that film. It said 85% of the words used in this movie are Japanese junior high school level English. I thought, what? That can't be true. Then I found this book. The full script of the film, written by the famous screenwriter Nora Ephron, who passed away in 2012. It has 128 pages and was published in 1990. And it's still available on Amazon today. It had been so many years since I gave up on reading English books, but when I saw that most of the words in it were supposedly at a junior high school level, I thought, maybe I can read this. And guess what I did? I decided to highlight the words I knew, not the ones I didn't. Mind you, I never went to university, and my memories of high school are mostly about fun times with friends and had almost nothing to do with academic knowledge. Mom, Dad, sorry, I've never told you this, but I also skipped so many classes back then. Well, they're not going to watch this video, so it's okay. Anyway, I decided I would just read the parts where the sentences were made up of really easy, basic words that I knew from my junior high school days. I also focused only on the conversation parts, not the narration, which I felt was more difficult than the dialogue. When I was done highlighting all the pages to the end, it was almost like a new book with all the pages glowing in pink. And it looked like this. Very pink. Very, very pink. Now, I was really ready to read it. This time, I mainly focused on the lines that were highlighted in pink. And I didn't check every single word I didn't know. I didn't need to because I already knew the story. I only checked unknown words if they showed up a second or third time. If a word appeared only once in the entire book, I figured I could live without it. I don't remember exactly how long it took, maybe nearly a month, but I finished it. Wow, did that feel good! My first English book read from beginning to end. Well, minus a few not so popular words in it. After that, I started looking for more screenplays. But unfortunately, there weren't many. So instead, I got the original novels of the films I had seen. The Bridges of Madison County, Hannah and Her Sisters, Bridget Jones' Diary, The Devil Wears Prada, and so on.
The power of reading.
Very soon, I realized I was learning so much and so much faster than ever before. Seriously. I was discovering different ways to use words I only knew in basic forms. I was also learning many new useful words because the more I read, the more I saw the same unknown words again and again. So I would finally check them. Idioms started to make sense because now I had context. What came before and after in the story. In the same way, I started to pick up more common phrases faster and more easily. I realized that was the power of reading my bilingual friends had been trying to tell me about. Then reading English became fun. I started reading more books that Amazon recommended to me. I still think that the When Harry Met Sally screenplay was the right choice for me at the time. It was a story I already knew, and I only read the conversation parts. Because I kept reading, now I can read and enjoy English novels without using a highlighter, and almost as fast as I read in Japanese. I remember how it felt to try reading English books at the beginning. You may feel it's impossible at first, too. But now I believe it's the fastest way to improve your grammar and build your vocabulary. So, if you've never read an English book before, maybe don't start with a story you don't know. Start with a movie you already know or you've already seen, and just the conversations in it. Read what you can and skip what you can't. Learn more from what you already know. And one day you'll be surprised how far you've come, just like I was. The main videos on this channel are about singing in English for listening and speaking practice. But for grammar and vocabulary building, reading is super powerful, guys. So, happy singing and reading. I'm Swing Your English Mama. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Keep going.